Hi, your Soul Priestess is back here, and today we have a very interesting topic. What family habits you have which influence your current relationship with people? It can be love relationship, it can be friendships, whatever. So you have four piles here. Yeah, my cat fingers also welcoming you. Um, and the shell to choose. Here is your first card, Two of Cups. Sorry, today gonna be a rough one because my uh, people living next door just have repair works. The second pile, and Knight of Cups reversed. Third pile, and Three of Cups reversed as well. Fourth one, and Queen of Swords reversed as well. You can pause the video to choose which pile you prefer. You can choose more than one pile, it's totally fine. The timestamps will be down below in the video description and pinned in the comment section. So see you in your reading. So pile number one, welcome to your reading. If you choose this Two of Cups card as well as this violet, I'm sorry, violet beautiful shell. So here is your reading. So what family habits influence your current relationship? So far I don't see anything bad, but let's see what is going on there. Let's see what is more. So please tell us what is influencing current relationship of pile one, which has roots in family history of this pile. The Fool reversed, Five of Wands, Six of Wands, the World reversed as well. Let's get some clarification. I'm sorry for the noise, just a little bit of construction work. Ten of Cups. Okay, this one is somewhere between the Knight and the Page. Four of Pentacles. And this one is unusual, it's just for this. It's somewhere between death and it's mostly like a death card, but with some connotation. In this way, it's like 13 of swords, or you can say that it's like despot of swords. And we'll get a bit more cards afterwards as an device. In your case, the problem which you've got, which has some issues, influence on your current relationship, I remind you that it's not only about personal love and relationship. It can be like friendships or partnerships of any kinds, at work, for example. But what I see, it has, most of all, it has an emotional influence somewhere in your negotiation. So you have some issues with negotiation. It's hard for you to make the first step. So you are hesitant to make a new step. You are not very well with getting along with new people, to become close with them. It's a little bit of trust issues. Sometimes even not And I see that it's, in most of the cases, it's influenced your love and relationship. Because it's hard for you to trust, to make this first move. And all strong relationships, partnerships are based on trust and on possibility to move towards each other. So that's the main issue I see for now. What else? Yeah. What else you've got in this? If we go along with talking about the negotiation in partnerships, it feels like you've got lack of grounding. So if you have some idea, you begin to fight with your partners, with your loved ones, and seems that you can go very far away with this idea, trying to win them over, being very stubborn in it. You also want to be seen. You want to be seen as someone very unique, and you want your partners and your close ones to admire you. And it feels like a lack of control, some greedy sides to you. It's also came from your family's history, and it doesn't give you a favor. When I said about the first step, it was mostly about the love and relationship. But if we speak about the second and the third one, in most cases, it's about your partners at work, for example, in your business or at your workplace with your colleagues, and friendships as well. And the last thing that I see, which just makes your partnership harder, which also came from your family history, is it seems that you have kind of a lot of self-limitations, some hard times to let go. You try to behave like you used to, like you remember to, which doesn't serve you well. It ends up in kind of stagnation, which doesn't help you at all. Yeah, so that's the 4 ideas we've got for you. Let's get some quick advice how to improve these things. Can you please give us advice on the Fool? Can you please give us advice on the 5 of Wands? Okay, 2 of them. And advice on 6 of Wands. Okay. And advice on the World. Okay, so this beautiful Salmon advice deck is one of the many Salmon decks. I heard people said that it's hard to work with them because they try to work with them as with as people try to work with them as normal oracle decks, which is not like it is. So initially you need, I also couldn't connect with them as I wanted. But when I realized that I can just work with them as a normal tarot deck, but only as a piece of advice, which actually worked. And then I got the messages quite clear. So, the Fool. If we speak about your problem with making the first step and trust in issues, you need to understand that what you had in your childhood won't be always the pattern you need to continue and to use over and over again, frames you should be in. You need to move forward to find your own security, your own serenity. If we speak about the second issue, when you fight for your ideas without acknowledging the ideas of others, and when you are very stubborn about this stuff, first of all, you need to understand that no one obligated to support your ideas. You should be the one to support your ideas. You actually don't need others to support them. You don't need to fight with others for them. Other people may have their own opinion, and it's totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, you see, you're just different. And it doesn't mean that you are right and other people are wrong, or you are wrong and other people are right. No, you're just different, and that's totally fine. Don't be afraid to be your own admirer, to support yourself, and leave others alone in their opinion. Just start with trying to understand their point of view and understand that it's totally fine to have different opinion, because when you open up to this different opinion, you find some new ideas which can enrich your own ideas without need to lose your energy while fighting with them. Your third thing is, I just remind you, it's about like wanting to be supported by other and being a leader in their eyes. The thing is that it becomes your kind of bad habit when it seems that you self-esteem is based on the way other people admire you or not, on the feedback other people give to you, and it becomes like your devil, your devil story, because it's hard for you to move along without this support of your self-esteem. And here we have the same thing. You need to support yourself, and you don't need to wait for others to support you or to admire you, because it's kind of a trap when you think that your self-esteem depends on this opinion of others. And if the reality is different from your expectations, you just feel like that you cannot move, that nothing works, and you just stay where you are without any kind of moving. It shouldn't be like that. You need to understand that and get rid of this bad habit which has roots from your family. And the fourth one the world, when you when you have a lot of self-limitations, it can be seen like when you, for example, your parents or adults in your childhood told you that like you cannot do this, you cannot do that, that's like kind of your limit. You can do only that, that's the only option you have. For example, you can work only, you can have only this profession because this profession will give you money. You can live only in this country because no one is welcoming you in somewhere else, and so on and so on, which is not true, totally not true. I feel that it's hard to make changes. It's really hard to make changes. And it's totally fine to be a bit afraid to change a lot of things, to open up to the world. But the thing is that it's only in your head. Because when you make these first steps, when you open up to the world, when you try something new, the world becomes your playground. And you find all the enjoyment, all the opportunities. Don't be afraid, because it seems that you are very dependent on other people's opinion. It influences you a lot, and we see it in many cards. It's something that makes you stop instead of moving and showing yourself to the world. Just face your feelings. Close your eyes if you want, but step forward. Make these first steps. Show yourself to the world, because you're beautiful and you need to get rid of the old patterns of the worlds in your head. When, for example, your parents or your adults in your childhood told you, like, oh, you have the highest grade, then it's fine, then you're good. Oh, you don't have, you have like somewhere like average grade. No, 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 you don't deserve like to be here or to eat this, to go there. Or for example, it's all the old patterns you need to get rid of. Or when your family members or your like adults around you didn't give you a word, and you felt like you need to fight for every second of for every like little space in the conversation to be able to speak your word. Or for example, when you felt like all your initiative turned bad and just were cut and limited, you need to understand that your childhood is ended. And if people around you, when you were small, told you these things and behaved according to this thing, it doesn't mean you need to continue this pattern, because you want partnership, you want love, you want this joy of mutual trust. So yeah, even the shell is violet, and like for me it's very like heart chakra. You're a very loving person and you want it for yourself. Don't cut yourself from all these beautiful opportunities, because when you get rid of these old patterns from your family, from your heritage, you will be able to grow, you will be able to do so many beautiful things and to be happy and to get this beautiful loving relationship. So all the best, pile one, and see you in another reading. Okay, welcome pile number 2. We have Knight of Cups reversed here, and this beautiful yellowish pinky something shell. So if you were drawn to this one, let's see which bad habits from your family, from your heritage you've got, which have a big impact on your current relationships, both love relationships, friendships, partnerships with colleagues, so on. The Hangman reversed, then Six of Pentacles reversed, the Sun reversed, and the Lovers reversed. Whoa! 3 major cards here. That's interesting. What's going on, guys? Let's see. Let's see. Clarification for the Hangman. 9 of Wands. Clarification for 6. Certain Wands. We'll speak about this. Is the Sun, 2 of Swords. And clarification for the lower cards as well. 9 of Pentacles. Let's talk about this, and then we ask for advice in each and every case. So the major lesson we've got here for you, the bad lesson you've got, which is actually not learned. I mean, because when we learn our lessons, we start to operate from the state when we can improve our life, not make it worse. The first message I see here, the main topic of our reading, is there is some kind of immaturity in your emotions, some kind of rush and disability to take responsibilities. So let's see further. In your case, I see that most of all, it's influenced your work partnerships. It influenced your friendships and this side, because there are a lot of pentacles and wands. It influenced the way you articulate yourself. And as well, it influenced your partnerships, both loving and with friends and colleagues. So let's see. The Hangman. It seems that this immaturity you've got from your family make it hard for you to decide. I'm sorry. Feels like, oh, that's interesting. So either you find it hard to decide for yourself, or you make very rushed decisions. You don't take up I'm sorry. It seems that you don't take into account everything that is going on around the situation. So you just make this decision, very bold decisions, hoping that it works. But you don't think about their circumstances. You don't think about some real issues going on around the topic. And that's also like another side of this immaturity. Another thing is that it seems that you can be kind of greedy, that you don't want to share what you've got. And again, you're very rushed to get everything for yourself. And the recognition you are searching for is not based on your true soul, on your true wishes, but more than on than your opinion in your head and this persona you make. Persona is very different from the true self. It's something we create for others. Our masks we use. It's not our real self. And it seems that you make these decisions based on not your true real self, but on this persona, this very surface-like facade which you use to deal with others. And you have hard times to let go of this persona, which is quite bold and rushed and and actually you have hard times to make the right choice. And it seems that instead of your soul wishes, you decide to choose something which is more like material based. It can be money, it can be in most of cases it's money, it's something which gives you more stability. But what I see from your heritage, it can be like when you were a child, your family or your parents or adults around you either gave you an option to do everything, like whatever you wanted, not controlling you at all. Like if you wanted something, if you demanded something, you got it without understanding that. Or they just told you that it's fine to... I think that for most of you it's just the most common pattern. And seems that they were fine with you. They thought that you are doing well. They told you that you are doing well when you were more focused on getting something from others, on winning over them, on like gaining some material success or whatever. It can be like very superficial success. When you're a child, it's hard to get some, but like in material way, it can be like they bought you like the best things, like when other people wanted the same but maybe didn't have the same opportunity. Other child, for example, couldn't their parents couldn't buy them such expensive toys. Or maybe when you like won some kind of challenges like at school, or maybe when you just got nice grades or certificates for your success at studies, something like that. And you were like, and they were proud of yourself, and you were proud of yourself, but they kind of didn't actually were interested in, didn't 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 ask you how you were feeling, what you wanted back then. And it seems the biggest issue. The other case can be if you didn't have it at all. So if your family couldn't buy you expensive things, if you had to share with lots of your siblings, if you didn't have an option to choose. And so you told yourself then that when I grow up, I'll get everything what I want. I won't share with anybody. I will like decide for myself. And here you are. I think that both options in this pile are, because a lot of people will watch that, but I think that the second option is less common, but it still has a place in this pile number 2. So let's get some advice on each of these 4 topics. For the first one, the second one, please, this third one, and the fourth one. Okay. Interesting. The same card is in pile 1. So for the Hangman, when you make these rush decisions, it seems that it's a very unhealthy way to fight what you want. It seems that you kind of, by such behavior, you kind of ruin your dreams. So instead of rushing, you need to stop and think, because that's what the Hangman do in the right position. Pause and think and choose wisely, not making these rush decisions and following your inner dreams, not the things you got used to get. I'm sorry, just a small pause. Okay, some construction work, I'm sorry for that. The second way with greediness, it can be because you've got a lot of things, but you just remember that you didn't have enough when you were a childhood, or you had to share with others, with your siblings, for example. But the thing is that, so now you can have a lot, or you maybe still struggling a bit, but you need to understand that it's nothing wrong with sharing. If you succeed, it's a good thing to do. Yet you need to share from the true abundance. And because now the way you waste your success, something is wrong there. You just spend too much, or you always feel lack of resources, of money, for example, or you don't want to share and you lose your resources. So what you need to do is to precisely plan your finances and make priorities. What you need to spend, what you don't need to spend, where you can invest, and how you can grow your financial stability. So keep what you have, but not only sit on it. Just find the ways, study the ways to invest, to plan, to prioritize. I'm sorry, something's wrong with me today. For the Sun, when we talked about the idea that you are moving more not to true self-realization, but more to kind of imaginary idea of yourself. You need to understand that these ideas are not reflecting your true self, your true shine. And you need to have more ground in here. You need to talk to the people you trust, but not those who made these patterns from your childhood, but talk to your friends, to people you trust, who can just help you to understand yourself better. because all these decisions on your own doesn't give you a favor in your dreams, in your self-realization. They will help you to be more grounded. They will help you to understand yourself better. As for wrong choices, when you choose not love but material success, maybe because you felt betrayed by your loved ones when you were a child, or felt lack of support from their side, and you decided that material things are more trustworthy, you need to give this emotional support to yourself. Now, when you're an adult, you need to understand that you shouldn't wait for your parents, for example, to support you in your emotional needs. I mean, you need to support these needs by yourself. You need to be satisfied with your success by yourself. Celebrate this. Celebrate yourself and your gains. Stop thinking that you need some. Stop thinking that if it didn't work for you when you were a child, it won't ever work for you. Don't think that you will be a happy person only with material gains. You won't. We all need love and support and lots of things, not only material wealth. So if you say to yourself that it will be enough, just material things, it won't. That's where you lie to yourself. You won't be happy only with that. So hug yourself. Tell yourself just in front of the mirror that you love yourself. Give yourself this support. Give this support to your small version, to your child. And work and make choices from this heart space, not from your ego space. Because at the moment, you make them from the ego space. And then your Knight of Cups will be not a worst one. And then you will be able to share your feelings with the world and get some other response and get all the recognition and love and good roots in your love, in your life with love. Love roots, right? So that's all what I see for you, pile 2. Thank you. It was very interesting. It was tough a little bit for me because it seems that, yeah, as I said, it's sometimes hard for you to communicate as well what you need because it's not from your heart space. So I wish you all the best. Because it seems that it's very significant, your life path is very significant one. So follow it, but please follow it from your true self. And then you see that you won't need to struggle anymore. You'll do a lot of things. Thank you and see you in another reading. Hi, pile number 3. We've got 3 of Cups reversed here. And this small brownish beautiful shell. So if you chose this one, pile number 3, then that's your reading. So let's find out what that heritage influence you've got. So what your family story made hard in your life, how it influenced your life, and how to overcome these obstacles. So first of all, what bad habits you've got from your family history. Okay, 8 of Wands. What else? Ace of Cups. What else? Two of Cups, and Page of Cups reversed. Let's see. Let's get some clarification as well. Nine of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and this is between like Page and Knight of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles, and no, I'm sorry, I don't like this one. What we've got is Page of Cups. No, you see it came again. Okay. I was just hesitating a bit, but I shouldn't. Let's see. So the main issue that you've got, it's hard. It seems that the main topic you've got, it's hard for you to celebrate your life, to enjoy your life, and to share this joy with others. Let's see more precisely. Let's get more precisely into that. First of all, we have Eight of Wands, which about very quick changes. Well, it seems that in most cases, it's hard for you to celebrate not just a lot of what you got, a lot of things that you gained. When you work hard, it seems that you are just satisfied with what you've got, what you gained, but you kind of very, it feels like you're like, okay, it's fine, it's just okay. It seems that you cannot even just say to yourself that you did a good job, that you did a great job, that because I see that you worked so hard and you got amazing results, but not just out of nowhere. It was the result of your hard work. But it seems that you don't give enough recognition to yourself for that, which is not right. Maybe in your childhood, your parents, your family members, your adults around you didn't say you like, oh, that's so nice, it's so cool, you got this good grade, you graduated with flying colors, you did such a good job. They didn't tell you at all. They just, oh, you were like the first on the list who graduated. Oh, that's just okay. Or maybe even didn't talk about that. And so you felt that it didn't matter, which is not. You need to celebrate your hard work and the results of this hard work. You need to tell yourself, like, I did an amazing job. It's great. And to celebrate it with your friends or like buying something for yourself, whatever. Just find a way to celebrate this, because it seems that in this case, you lose this joy of life and you lose this motivation to go further, because it seems that it's a very routine way to get through the day without feeling the real joy of life. That's what we see just further. When we speak about Ace of Cups here, it seems again that it's hard for you to feel this fresh emotions in your partnerships. And mostly in love and relationships, you feel bored, you feel kind of, when something starts, it seems that, again, it's, you cannot even imagine that, whoa, that will be a great life, great partnership. It's hard for you to imagine something positive out of it. You kind of very pessimistic about it. Oh, it won't last for long, or it won't work for me, or it's just like all others relationships. It seems that you don't trust that you will have a beautiful life with this person, or you are able to have a wonderful relationship with this person, which is, again, it's so wrong, because I feel that in your childhood you felt lack of this emotional support and love, and you didn't feel, actually, I'm so sorry for you, pile number 3, that this feeling like you never knew, will these people stay in your life, will they hug you, will they support you. Maybe one of your parents, maybe your parents were separated, and or you had only one parent, and you always felt lack of the second one, or maybe you just saw this person from time to time, and you kind of taught yourself not become too close to this person, because you never knew when it come back, whether this person comes back or not, and they just left and came back out of nowhere, this cold hot and cold energy, on and on. So you taught yourself that you shouldn't wish some happy relationship with these people. Maybe the adults you were living with just didn't give you enough appreciation, and you felt abandoned and left. So you kind of trying to limit your emotional bonds with other people, because you didn't want to feel this pain again. Oh, 2 of Cups. Yeah, it's very connected to this one. It felt like you have hard times to trust, because it seems that there were a lot of broken promises in your childhood. For example, like your parent or an adult you who was to keep an eye on you just told you, like, oh, we'll go there, we'll do that, I'll see you on Friday, and then they didn't show. Or on Friday they said, oh, no, I didn't tell that, we won't go anywhere. Or I promised to buy you something, or to spend the time together, and they just didn't. And or like promised to buy you something and didn't, and then some arguments took place. So you find it hard to trust, and hard because you don't think that other people will keep their promises. Oh my. And the Page of Cups reversed, a lot of maturity in your emotions, because it seems that when you were a child you didn't have enough space to get this emotional maturity. And it seems that you don't even know when to start. It seems that you feel like you lost this opportunity to know how to deal emotionally with others when you were a child. And it seems that now when you try, sometimes you feel that you do it wrong, that not on the right time, and just in an appropriate way. That's why it's so hard for you to gather with others and to celebrate yourself. Well, it's kind of, yeah, I'm sorry, it's kind of tough for you what you faced. Pile number 3. Let's see what advice we've got from our guides, from your guides. Let's see. For the first one, for the 8 of Wands. Okay. Ace of Cups. Okay. 2 of... Okay. This one so far came out of for all the 3 piles. It's about self-support. We'll talk about this. Okay, Page of Cups. Let's see. Yeah, it's just a quick reminder what I told you before, that your job, your everyday job, you're doing great. You really do. You are doing great. But your job is not all. You need to understand that to move further in life and not to go round and round and round, you need to explore this emotional life. You need to get this emotional maturity, as well as you get your opportunities to get the resources from the world. It seems you've grown up as a capable adult to support yourself materially, to give yourself this material stability. But it's not all. And you need to understand that there's lots of things in your life which you need. Emotional support, love, relationships, friends, all this stuff are important for your happy life. As for Ace for Cups and hard times with believing in good outcome, you need time to heal your broken heart. But you need to work on it. You need to heal yourself, your heart. You need to understand that you need this time for yourself to heal, and not being afraid to start something new, and to understand that there are people out there which be good partners for you, with whom you can get a wonderful, happy life. Yeah, the third one, about trust issues and broken promises. You need to support yourself. You need to understand that people are people and they're not perfect. Sometimes they really believe that they will keep these promises and they just cannot. Maybe there are real obstacles, maybe there's something with them, but it's not your fault, and it's not your weight to keep on your shoulders. Support yourself and realize that promises that you give, only promises which you give to yourself, are important. And tell yourself how wonderful you are and that you deserve so much better. You deserve people who keep their promises. You deserve a wonderful life, a healthy relationship. Please tell this to yourself every day. and you will see the difference. This immaturity and this like wrong time, which ends up sometimes in bad arguments. You remember these bad arguments, and so today you can choose not to argue at all, not to be a mature one emotionally and to stand your point, but being this kind of joker, like playing a kid in relationship with others, because you believe that if you're just a kid, you won't be a part of these arguments you remember from your childhood, because that's how you acted. If you acted like a silly one, which you are definitely not, it helped you to survive. But now, when you're an adult, it's not an option. You won't solve this hard conflicts. You won't gain this healthy emotional relationship with others without standing your point. If you only agree with others, playing this immature role, you won't get this healthy relationship, because healthy relationship always go with healthy borders. When you stand for yourself, when you speak out your truth, what you need, that you don't want any broken promises, that you need a trustworthy relationship, a partner which you can celebrate this life with, which won't give you a cold shoulder, which won't be an in and out energy, hot and cold energy, which will be there for you as you will be there for them. So, and it's your responsibility, your emotional responsibility, to keep yourself happy, to keep yourself emotionally protected and be able to share your cup with others. And it's not their responsibility. It's your responsibility now. So keep your borders. It doesn't mean that you need to close from emotional relationship. It's just about claiming what you want and what you need in relationship. No bullshit. We don't need it here. And then you will be able to celebrate life with loved ones, with people who share the same level of healthy, productive relationship, emotional stability, and respect your emotional, personal borders as well as respect their own. So that's what I see for you, pile number 3. Thank you. It was very interesting reading. I just send you a lot of love and support, and I see how wonderful you are, how much of love potential you've got in your heart. And I wish that you be able to get the relationship and to share your love with others. And first of all, to share it with yourself. Thank you, and see you in another reading. Well, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's see what your family heritage influenced you in a bad way, how it changed your current relationship, what can be improved. If you chose this pile, you've chose Queen of Swords and this gray, white and gray shell. So first of all, the main topic we see is the way you talk to others, the way you talk yourself out there. And something is It seems that you're very sharp with your words. Sometimes so sharp you just break the borders of others. You're very rough with your ways you name things. Let's see further what's going on there. So, which bad family habits do pile number 4 has, which influence their lives? Whoa. 8 of Wands. What else? Queen of Pentacles. The Lovers. King of Swords reversed. Okay, 3 cards here. 3 court cards. Why? I don't know, because all the piles had 4 cards, but you pile number 4 have 5 cards. 10 of Wands. Don't tell anyone, okay? So let's get some clarification on this one. Oh, okay. Something completely different in this pile. Something went completely different. Okay, some clarification for Queen of Pentacles, please. King of Swords. Lovers. 5 of Wands. King of Swords, please. 7 of Wands. And the Joker. Okay. And some advice as well. Okay. I don't know. For Queen of... Okay. Okay. First of all, something very chaotic happened to me while I tried to get your cards. And the same is going on with you. It's not a coincidence. So what I feel, pile number 4, that you always say something, do something without even thinking it through. It's very rushed way to deal with things, and mostly with your words, which has a great impact on everything. And it seems that you try to rush everything that's going on, not only in your life, but around you. And it doesn't give you a favor. Maybe when you were a child, you were rushed all the time. Get up, eat your breakfast, go there, do that, you need to go to school, you will be late, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, all the time. And then you became an adult. You began to rush yourself all the time, like every day, every moment. And moreover that, you became this kind of parent or an adult to others and started to rush them all the time. I even began to speak quickly, and I feel that that's the way you would talk to when you were a child, and that's the way maybe now if you have children, the way you talk to your children. Please pay attention to it, because this chaotic energy doesn't give you a favor, doesn't give a favor to your relationship and to people you act like that. But first of all, we have 8 of Wands. It seems that you loaded yourself with lots of activity every day, lots of routine every day, on and on. Truly speaking, you don't need all this stuff, but this habit is to make yourself busy all the time. So actually, the truth behind it is that you just have hidden yourself from outworld. You're afraid to act, to do some really meaningful actions. And that's the way to explain yourself. Like, I'm busy. I have a lot of things to do. But it's you who made yourself busy all the time. The same as your adults in your childhood. Maybe you wanted some attention. You wanted to have some leisure time or just to enjoy life. But you were rushed all the time. And when you asked for some kind of connection or attention from your adults around you in your childhood, they just told you, I'm busy, I have no time. Because actually, maybe they had to survive. Maybe there were some rough circumstances. Or maybe they were so afraid to live their life, to give themselves some space to think about the reality and their actions and their emotions, that they cover them up, all of them, under this routine and this everyday business. To be so much in their head, the same as you are now in your head, without connecting your head and your heart, which is much more important. You need to focus on your heart and to understand what you really want. If you want to relax, if you want some free time, your time, I mean, like me time, like you time, right? To connect to your emotions, to feel free and to give this space to yourself and as well to your loved ones. You need it. You need it badly. Because the more you operate from this fear, making yourself busy all the time, each second of your life, the far you go from yourself and from your emotions, the more you operate from this fear. And it's like the cycle, the bad cycle, very hard cycle, very rushed cycle. Oh, the second message with the Queen of Pentacles here. Yay! I felt that some of your parents or adults in your childhood was very dominant. There were a lot of tyranny as I see it. That they acted from their own egoistic wishes, not giving you a real space for self-discover and for self-realization. There were a lot of unnecessary rules. And again, I listen that if you have children now, that's the way you behave. If you have minors at your job, that's the way you act with them, which is very disrespectful and harming to both them and you. Because you won't get the results. Oh, yeah, you don't even care what they want and how they want. You act like you know best, when actually you don't. You just make these rules to support this idea of leadership, because it seems it's the only way you know how to operate as an adult, as a superior. And the far you go in this mode of operation, the far you go from your true wishes. Maybe you want a warm relationship with your kids. Maybe you want them. I'm sorry, but I just hear this very important message. Maybe not for all of you, but I still hear it. For example, if you want a healthy relationship with your kids and more support and trust with them, and you want to know them better, but you are so afraid to lose this illusional control that you even don't know that they obey because they don't have other option. But as soon as they get other option, as soon as they can get money for themselves, they will leave you, because that's, I think, that what you did with your adults. As soon as you had an option to leave them, or to maybe to switch places with them and to become this kind of tyrant for them as they were for you, you do that. You did that. And as far as you go with this kind of attitude, you won't get this warm relationship. You won't be able to break this very unhealthy cycle. With the lovers, again, it's so hard with your loved ones, because a lot of anxiety, a lot of actions which are against your true wishes, because you want this healthy kind of, but you don't know how. And you need to understand these unhealthy patterns from your childhood to be able to create something new, because you're still arguing and competing with your loved ones. The thing is, you need to understand that love and relationship are not any sort of competition. It's relationship, well, two sides or more sides need to meet their own needs and the need of other sides. Otherwise, it won't work. It's not a relationship. It's just a slavery, a kind of domination, which won't lead to any kind of union or love. Only sadness and guilt and all other unhealthy feelings. With Knight of Swords, well, it seems that you act with some kind of decisiveness and bravery. That's what we saw in Queen of Swords. But it's not, it's very individualistic. It's very egoistic. You don't take into account the feelings of others. You don't agree on them. You decide for them, not with them. It doesn't work in relationships. It works only until these people depend on you. The very moment they feel that they are able to survive without you, they will do. And that's not what you want. It won't get you far. The same message, the very clear message here. With 10 of Wands here, again, you overbear yourself with everyday routine. You feel like it's your Christ. You tell yourself, I need to do that. But you are tricking yourself here. Actually, lots of things you do every day, you don't need them. You don't want them. It's just a structure in your head, your idea, which helps you to make this kind of fence around your heart space. And it won't help you to heal your broken heart. You need time. We all need time to heal our broken hearts. And it's totally fine. But don't try to cover your fears and your pain with this lots of things. Instead of that, get rid of lots of things you don't need and get back to your heart. Face these feelings. Talk to yourself. What you really need, what you want. Talk to your loved ones. What they want and what they need. And then you will be able to create these wonderful, beautiful unions instead of this slavery way of behaving. And this cycle of misery, it's something you can do. Stop torturing yourself with everyday burdens and stop torturing people around you. You still have this opportunity to get rid of this competitive mode, dominant mode, and find a beautiful union with the current relationship you've got, to make them a real relationship, not this kind of illusion. It will help to heal your heart much better than this way of hiding yourself. So that's what I see for you, pile number 4. Thank you for your reading. It was very interesting. I wish you all the best. And see you in another reading.